Well, it's time for 5 Around Town, and the Charleston Gun and Knife Show is making its return to the Lowcountry this weekend. Joining us to tell us a little more about the event organizer, Mike Kent, and we're talking about the show here in Ladson, two-day event. So when you spread it out over 2 days, do you focus one day on one thing and the second on anything else? Or?
Not necessarily. We just tell all the early buyers and people who want to get the best deals to come in on the first day because that's generally the busiest, and a lot of things will be gone on Sunday if you wait around.
Now, you come down here to the Lowcountry, you said about 4 times a year?
4 times a year is correct.
And spend most of your time around South Carolina. We're talking about in August, gun sales up nationally. Is that a kind of a trend that you've been watching this year, or what?
It is, and actually August was the 15th consecutive month for record gun sales around the United States, and that's based on the FBI NICS background checks.
What do you equate that to? I know we talk a lot about the gun legislation and proposals, and has that led to maybe a little bit more people getting out and buying guns out of concern?
It always does. Anytime you have an election year, you do see a spike in gun sales, and it doesn't matter who's running or who's leading. It just generally gets people excited about going and buying guns.
And we still have a couple months left until the election. An increase in women purchasing as well. Is that a surprise to you?
Somewhat. Over the last couple of years, the largest segment of new gun buyers have been women, and a lot of them are buying, they'll say, for self-defense, for hunting, and for sports shooting, but that has been the largest increase in any particular demographic.
What's the crowd like out there? Is it a pretty mixed crowd as far as older, younger, male, female?
Pretty much. Obviously heavily male. I'd say 80% of our customers are male, but any age group from 18 on up to 80 years old, and it's people who are interested in collecting firearms, people who are interested in hunting, or just target shooting, but a whole mix of people from blue-collar workers all the way up through your doctors and lawyers.
And talk about collecting. Anything cool, unique that people will want to check out that you know is going to be there?
People always, in South Carolina, especially interested in the Civil War guns, and we always have a few collectors there who have a good display of Civil War guns. Always brings a lot of interest in.
You get the first look at them, too.
So yeah, that's one of the benefits.
Concealed carry permits, I know that was one of the hot talkers, especially early in the year when we talked about legislation that was going on here in South Carolina, and the acceptance of being able to carry in South Carolina and accepted in Georgia and in neighboring states. Where do you stand when you start hearing legislation like that, and how does it impact you running these shows?
Well, it impacts us from a standpoint. I'm from Georgia, so that allows me to carry a concealed handgun if I wanted to in the state of South Carolina. We're a firm believer in concealed carry as long as you've gone through the appropriate training, you know what you're doing, you know how to safely handle a firearm, and you know the legal ramifications of carrying a firearm.
All right, now this is going on Saturday and Sunday, so like we said, you got 2 days to get out there, and it's going on at the Exchange Park Fairgrounds in Ladson, so you can get out here. Here's your information. Now, what are the hours that it's going to be open?
Saturday 9 till 5, and Sunday it's 10 until 4.
There you go. $8 for adult tickets, and kids 12 and younger get in for free. You can go to mkshows.com for more.